Hey, this is Dr. Claw welcoming you to Business Writing English 3040 in spring 2019. So you'll find yourself on the home page of our Canvas site, and this is where you'll go for all of our work for this class because this is an online only class. We do not have face-to-face meetings. So if you're not familiar with Canvas, when you log into Canvas, you'll come to your dashboard. You want to navigate to the business writing box, and that'll bring you to the home page. The home page itself has some information kind of guiding you, and I'm going to walk you through the basics of how to get started in this online course, and then I'll actually introduce myself on YellowDig, which is one of the things that I'll explain to you in this video. So first of all, you'll see some important links here on the home page. The most important one is our course schedule. That's the thing that will tell you what to read, when to read it, what assignments to do, and when they're due. Your syllabus, and then a resources page, which I am still adding to. So for now, let's have a look at the syllabus. Then we'll return to this home page, and I'll show you how to follow these instructions I've laid out for you. But first, I want to go through some course policies and stuff with you because that's what we do at the beginning of the term, right? So this class is a part of Clemson Online. As I said, this is an online-only class. So we meet virtually. However, I am also teaching 2 face-to-face classes on the main Clemson campus this term. So you can find me in 511 Strode Tower, which is just across the library bridge from the library. Excuse me. And I'm going to be holding office hours on Mondays and Wednesdays from 10:15 to 12:15. And also I can make appointments on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I do live in Greenville, so I'm not generally on campus on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Here you can find my email address. This is an important piece of information to have because any questions you have for me are probably going to come to me via email or YellowDig. And just going to tell you a little bit about the class here. So the purpose of business writing in this English 3040 class is to introduce you to the theory and practice of business communication in the workplace. And I say communication because not all business communication is written. And so we're going to practice with a few different formats. And though the vast majority of what you do will be writing, you'll be doing some other kinds of communication as well. So also, you'll develop these skills. Demonstrating professional readiness via job materials. We're going to jump right into that at the beginning of the term, resumes, LinkedIn, that sort of thing. You'll be writing professional business correspondence in the form of emails and memos, and even a business letter. You'll be collaborating with others in online settings and if you want to offline, although I do not require that. And I know you're probably groaning me like, oh my gosh, group work in an online class, how's it going to happen? I do have some tips and tricks for you to make it as painless as possible. But I also want to point out to you that a lot of business work is done remotely these days. And so you actually do need to develop proficiency in being able to communicate with people even when you're not sitting face to face with them. This is a skill you will absolutely need in your career. So that's part of why we're doing this online group work. You'll also develop thorough and critically thought out business plans. So you can read more about this in Module 1, but basically over this term you'll be developing a business and writing all of the different components of a business plan. And then to conclude the term, your final exam will be a big traditional business plan, but it'll actually be a revision of materials you've already written. So it won't be nearly as overwhelming as it might sound like right now. You'll also design websites and advertising campaigns, and you will plan for and respond to ethical dilemmas. So you can see there are a lot of different ways in which we're going to practice and tackle this business communication this term. And don't worry, I'm going to walk you through every step of the way. So let's just keep moving through. Our learning objectives, master your critical thinking skills and rhetorical concepts as they apply to professional environments and the ethical considerations with them. You'll see the ethics has come up a couple of times. This is, we're doing a whole week on ethics. So you'll get to think through how writing, business, and ethics interconnect. Apply effective communication strategies to targeted readers. So thinking about who's your audience, how do you know that's your audience? Well, what if you have a large, broad audience? How do you tailor your writing to these different types of audiences? That's something we'll be talking about. Compose effectively in a variety of forms and media appropriate to the discipline. And that's as I mentioned earlier. You're going to be writing business plan components. You're going to be writing memos, professional emails, business letters. So these are items that you might not encounter in other classes, but that giving you some practice with those will help you develop those communication skills. Now, this class is actually working in partnership with Clemson's Open Education Resources, or OER, initiative. And so you will not need to purchase any textbooks. I have gathered free and open source materials from scholarly sources and other reputable publications to fill out our course materials for this term. And you've probably heard some schools that are doing this open courseware stuff. MIT is a really famous one. They do a lot of open access education. So that's what we're doing in this class. I'm trying to make it easier for everyone to access the learning materials that you have. That being said, the majority of what we're reading will be online. So you will need access to a computer. It doesn't have to be a laptop, just any kind of computer. You need consistent access to that. All reading and assignment submissions will be online. You'll also need computer speakers or headphones because this course does include audio components. And I strongly encourage you to take advantage of some cloud-based storage like Box, Google Drive, or Dropbox. Clemson has a collaboration with Box where you get 50 gigs of free storage, and Clemson has an agreement with Google Drive where you have unlimited storage. So there's no reason not to take advantage of these. You will thank yourself when your computer crashes right in the middle of finals. You're like, oh, I didn't lose anything because I do cloud storage. And then I'll also provide other information, text, videos, audio on the Canvas site. You'll need to be able to access those. Also, make sure you're submitting coursework according to the directions provided in the course. So generally, you will post discussions of our readings, what you're thinking about, questions you may have, that sort of thing will go in Yellow Dig. And again, I will explain what that is. You'll want to tag the topic and people that are relevant. And then you'll submit written assignments and other project components on Canvas. So think of it this way. Something like class participation where you're talking about stuff, that's on Yellow Dig. If it's an assignment where I've given you some assignment instructions and you have to submit it for credit, that's going to be on Canvas. And please do not email coursework unless you have received prior approval from me. Generally, if I'm going to allow you to email me coursework, I will say, hey, please email me whatever it is. Okay, succeeding in this class. Taking an online course is different. So you might have different learning styles that don't mesh as easily with an online course. And so I want you to take some time to figure out what's working for you and what's not working for you with the online course, and reach out to me, especially on Yellow Dig, because this is a place where we can crowdsource solutions for helping your experience with this online course run more smoothly and making sure that you can stay on top of the assignments and that you have your questions answered quickly. Online classes are particularly difficult because you don't have to come and sit in a classroom with me like looking at you and expecting things from you. So it's easy to let them fall by the wayside, particularly if you have other obligations like other face-to-face classes, or maybe you're doing an internship, or maybe you have a job, or maybe you have a family. So one of the most important things that you can do to succeed in an online class is to get organized, use a calendar, and expect to dedicate a certain number of hours per week on that calendar. So I estimate you'll spend about 10 to 15 hours per week on this course. That includes readings and assignments and that sort of thing. So when you're putting together your schedule for each week, do pencil that in order to set yourself up for success. Also, make sure that you log into Canvas, our class Canvas, and check your Clemson email at least 3 times weekly. And then deadlines. Now, you can take this class from a variety of locations, so keep in mind that all deadlines are Eastern time. We're not actually in daylight savings time right now, so I'm going to delete that. Um, so it's just regular Eastern Standard Time. You might notice that this syllabus is a Google Doc, so you'll be able to see this updating as you look at it. And then also, this is a technology-based class, so I expect you to leave room for technological problems. That means that don't try to submit something 2 minutes before the assignment closes. That's just asking for trouble. Give yourself time where, oh, if my internet goes out for 20 minutes, I can still submit this assignment. Don't push yourself to the point where if there's a technological problem or you can't figure something out in terms of submission, that then you end up with the late assignment. That being said, I do accept late work up to 2 weeks after the assignment due date. Okay. Finally, if you have a problem, please tell me. I can't help you if I don't know that you're having a problem, but I am really willing to work with people, and I'm not here to make your life harder. I'm here to help you learn this material. So please reach out if you need any help or assistance or you have questions with something. In general, my response time is 24 hours for questions posted on Yellowdig if you've tagged me, or for an email. Now, sometimes Yellowdig can be a little funky and I don't get notifications. So if it's been 24 hours and you tagged me on Yellowdig and I have not responded, please send me a direct email to let me know that that question is waiting for me on Yellowdig. Because if it's been more than 24 hours, I probably never got a notification about it. And I can't figure out why sometimes that notification system fails, but 90% of the time it works. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. Be sure to refer to the course schedule on our Canvas homepage for specific assignment dates and times. I mentioned that as we looked at the homepage. And then I explain the activities and assignments in detail within the assignment page. And I also give tips and tricks and suggestions about different assignments on Yellowdig. So absolutely, as you're looking at an assignment, jump onto Yellowdig, check in on what I've said about it on there before you get started, because that can help you just use your time more efficiently. If you aren't already aware that Canvas does maintain a course calendar where it populates all assignment due dates onto a calendar, and you can set up all of your courses to contribute to that calendar, so you can see everything you have due in all of your courses, and so that can be really handy. It's in the purple navigation bar over here, so that is the calendar button. These are just the links that are on our homepage. You can read through these for more information about where they go. Remaining enrolled in the class indicates you've read, understand, and will abide by the guidelines set forth in the syllabus. Here we've got information about the breakdown weights of different assignments. You'll have some major assignments, some minor assignments, and critical readings, which are responses to what you've read for the week that you do every week. So you'll get a lot of practice with that. If you do need to submit a late assignment, you'll lose 3 points per calendar day late, and you can do that up to 2 weeks late. If you have grading questions, please wait 24 hours after I've released feedback to ask me. That gives you time to read my feedback, think about it, and to cool down. Using the standard grading scale, 10-point scale, this is information about academic grievances, receiving grades and feedback usually within 2 weeks. And I do use rubrics in this class, so make sure you're looking at those. They'll provide a lot of information. I've already talked about late work and about how you can communicate with me. These are some minimum technical skill requirements that you'll need in order to proceed through the class. And then the general policies and procedures. Don't plagiarize. If you have any difficulty with what you're working on, please contact me. I'm happy to help you work through ideas and brainstorm. So make sure that all the work you submit is your own and not work that someone else has done for you or that you have taken from the internet. You need to email me from your Clemson email account only. I cannot talk to you about your academic work over an email address that is not a Clemson email address. If you would like some academic accessibility services, or if you identify as disabled, please get in touch with Student Accessibility Services and let me know so that I can help you out as well. And then there are some other academic services that you can take advantage of listed here. Please